In accordance with the provisions of the Open Public Meeting Act, the board secretary has forwarded notice of this meeting for advertising for having the date, time, and place thereof posted in the Seacoast Town Hall on the Bulletin Board of Education Administration Building, as well as notice being provided to the Bergen Record, Jersey Journal, and the district website.
Flag salute.
Pledge allegiance.
To the flag
Flag.
of
the United States of America, and
and
to
to the republic
for which it stands,
one nation,
under
under
God,
God, indivisible,
with
with
liberty
and justice for all.
all.
Approval for the December 17th meeting.
I make
I need to do a roll call.
roll call first.
I'm sorry, Grace.
Okay. Mr. Bartletta,
Present.
Mr. Bolanino,
Present.
Ms. Callie,
Here.
Ms. Eccles,
Here,
Mr. Lewis,
He's muted.
Sorry, present.
Mr. McStowe,
Yeah,
Ms. O'Connell,
Here.
Dr. Strobert.
she's muted.
Here.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the regular meeting of December 17th, 2020.
second,
Some of them too, like, are like, kind of a little political, not political, but you're like, I don't want to open.
Mr. Bartletta,
Yes.
Mr. Bolanino,
All of them, all the-
I guess I have to abstain for that, right?
You only want to touch anything in.
Ms. Callie,
Yes.
Ms. Eccles,
yes,
Mr. Lewis,
I'm going to abstain.
Mr. McStowe,
Yes,
Ms. O'Connell,
Yes.
Dr. Strobert.
Yes.
any showcase, Jen?
Yes, we do have a showcase.
Good.
Grace and I would like to present you as the Board of Education tonight as our showcase. How do you like that? You never thought you'd become the showcase, but you are tonight. So I would like to introduce the showcase for this evening. Every year, as many of you know, January is designated as Board Appreciation Month. But many forget why that's so special. So we just want to take a minute just to remind everyone why this is a special month. Being a Board of Education member is a job and a position that is voluntary. Many people forget that. It is one that requires a huge time commitment. It requires many nights out, meetings, conventions, and a obligation to all parents, staff, and students in a community. Board of Education members often have to make hard decisions and sometimes have to do things that may not be the most popular things to do in town. Many would ask why anyone would want to have this position. Board of Education members do this because they care for the community, because they want the best for the children in the district, and because they want to take part in a district that can do great things in the overall development of a child. This district has a very committed group of Board of Education members. You have all put so much time in for the betterment of our district. You have supported myself, Ms. Yo, the administration, and our teachers so that we can provide the children here all the best that education has to offer. For all that you have done and for all that you will do, on behalf of myself, Grace Yo, our administrative team, and all of our faculty and staff, we just want to take the time to thank all of you for everything. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
thank you.
And I'm going to hand it over to Grace for the proclamation.
Yes, I will read the proclamation, and Ms. Kreinfeld, if you could hold up our little gift of gratitude, I
I'm
will
just
read
going
the
to,
proclamation.
Grace, I just want to interrupt. If you have your mic on, can you mute it? Because we're getting a lot of feedback. I'm sorry. Thank you.
Okay, here we go. School Board Proclamation. Whereas school board creates a vision for what students should know and be able to do. Whereas school boards establish clear standards for student performance. Whereas school boards ensure that student assessments are tied to established standards. Whereas school boards are accountable to the community for operating schools that support student achievement. Whereas school boards align school district resources to ensure that students meet standards. Whereas school boards create a climate that supports the philosophy that all children can learn at high levels. Whereas school board builds collaborative relationships based on trust, teamwork, and shared accountability. And whereas school boards are committed to continuous education and training on issues related to student achievement. Now therefore, Superintendent Montesano and myself hereby declare our appreciation to the members of the Secaucus School Board and proclaim the month of January to be School Board Recognition Month. We urge all our citizens to join us in recognizing the dedication and hard work of local school board members in preparing today's students for tomorrow's world. Thank you.
Thank you, Grace.
Great.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for all you do.
Back to Jersey last year after.
Is that my gift at the door right now, at the doorbell ring?
Yep.
You're getting a pizza too.
Judy and I will be delivering them throughout the next week, so you will have them by next week, okay? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks again, Grace.
You're welcome.
Organization reports.
We don't have organizational reports this evening.
Okay. Moving on. Correspondence.
No correspondence.
Superintendent's report.
You know, I always have something to say. I won't make it tonight, but I do have a couple of things I would like to share. Once again, unfortunately, this past month, we have still seen an increased number of positive COVID-19 cases and deaths. And although the light can be seen at the end of the tunnel with vaccines starting to become available, we do want to ensure that we do not trip before we end this race. We are very close. So we will be continuing to watch the numbers in our community specifically closely. And we hope that at our next board meeting and mid-February, we will be able to share our next steps for our next phase. So as always, once again, I'd like to thank all of you and our mayor for working with Grace and myself as we navigate our district during these times. And as I always say, we are very blessed. We have extremely hardworking administrative team and teachers and staff members who are really working hard at their virtual classes. They are in full effect. Our administrative observations are taking place, and everyone is really doing a wonderful job to keep going and moving our district forward. So thank you for that. And I just want to take a minute to thank and congratulate another board member of ours, specifically tonight, Joan Calley, who was our previous Board of Education president. Ms. Calley, your leadership as president has helped move our district forward over the last 2 years, specifically during this pandemic. Your extra time during events, meetings, and the many phone calls have been much appreciated by our administration, our staff, our faculty, and our students. So on behalf of Grace Yo and myself, we would like to thank you for your support in helping us make decisions that have truly had wonderful impacts on our students and our district. And we look forward to your continued work as a member on this Board of Education, where we will continue to all work together for the betterment of our community. So thank you, Ms. Calley, for all that you do. And once again, I'm going to turn it over to Grace to show you a
Grace.
little token of our appreciation that you will be receiving. So thank you,
Is
Ms.
that a
Calley.
clock, Grace?
Yes, we never want you to be late.
Yes, it's a clock which matches the plaque with the gavel from the year before.
And on the bottom is instructions on to how to sign on to the meetings.
That's it.
So Joan, that's the clock you were supposed to get at retirement, so they didn't get.
No, it's about 6 years too late. Thank you, seriously.
You're welcome. We remember.
And this evening, we do not have any HIB investigations.
Okay. Business report?
No report at this time.
Okay. Public forum. Jerry, anybody's hand up?
Not at the moment.
Okay. Moving on. School governance. You're muted, Kath.
Here we go. Sorry. I make a motion to accept the recommendation of the superintendent to approve and adopt resolutions R 1.01 through R 1.09 and motion M 1.01 as described below for the following.
Second.
Any discussion? So be it. Roll call.
Mr. Bartletta,
Yes.
Mr. Bolognino,
Yes.
Miss Callie,
Yes.
Miss Eccles,
Yes.
Mr. Lewis,
Yes.
Mr. McStowe,
Yes.
Miss O'Connell,
Yes.
Dr. Strobert.
Yes.
Policy.
For policy 2330 on homework, there's a change in the regulation under breaks. The change comes with the first sentence under breaks. Homework will not be assigned over scheduled school breaks 2 days or longer. From 4 to 2, 2 days longer, 2 days or longer, with the exception of AP summer assignments and makeup work. All the rest remains the same.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? So be it. Roll call.
Mr. Bartletta,
Yes.
Mr. Bolognino,
Yes.
Miss Callie,
Yes.
Miss Eccles,
Yes.
Mr. Lewis,
Yes.
Mr. McStowe,
Yes.
Miss O'Connell,
Yes.
Dr. Strobert.
Yes.
Shared services. No report.
No report at this time.
Legislation. No report. Education.
Nothing at this time.
Athletics.
I did speak with the athletic director. He just wanted to thank all the coaches and trainers and staff for all their hard work in getting all the athletic programs up and running. And he wanted everybody to keep an eye out for the new Sea Caucus live stream that will be available soon. So all the games in the gyms will be broadcast. So keep an eye out for that.
Any questions? Okay. Operations.
I'd like to accept the recommendation of the Business Administrative Board Secretary to approve and adopt resolutions R 8.01 through R 8.04 as described below.
I'll second.
Discussion. Roll call.
Mr. Bartletta,
Yes.
Mr. Bolognino,
Yes.
Miss Callie,
Yes.
Miss Eccles,
Yes.
Mr. Lewis,
Yes.
Mr. McStowe,
Yes.
Miss O'Connell,
Yes.
Dr. Strobert.
Yes.
Creepy, right?
Safety, buildings and grounds.
No report at this time.
Technology. Public forum. Any hands up, Jerry?
In the next one of the Simpsons, and he was announcing he was running for president. No lie.
Jerry, you're muted.
I know. No hands have been raised.
Don
Don
got his hand
Everson.
up.
Good evening.
Oh, okay.
You surprised me by starting at 5:30. I was set for 7.
So,
Couple of small things.
Mr. Evanson, before you begin, I have to deliver a message
Please do, yes.
for you. So I'm sorry to
Kind
interrupt
and
you.
derogatory statements.
I'm Stephen Fogarty. I'm the attorney for the Secaucus Board of Education. Good evening, everybody. This meeting is open to the public for the purpose of addressing any subject matter that is pertinent to and or directly related to the operation of the Secaucus Public School District. Residents wishing to speak on such items must sign the register provided for this purpose. Obviously, not this evening. Rather, simply announce your name and your address and to state the subject matter generally that you intend to discuss. Comments are limited to 5 minutes per person. The board may or may not respond to issues raised by members of the public at the time they are raised, but will provide a response if and when appropriate. The board asks that members of the public be courteous and be mindful of the rights of other individuals when speaking. Please note that the board will not respond to comments regarding students or board employees in light of the privacy rights held by those individuals. Moreover, the board discourages comments about such individuals and will not be responsible for those comments. Members of the public who choose to speak during this public session should carefully consider their comments, since they may be held personally liable for any statements they make. Finally, please note that in accordance with district policy number 1100, the board will not officially comment or respond to any matter mentioned unless it can confirm that the matter has been brought to the attention of the appropriate school administration in an attempt to resolve the matter informally. Thank you, and Mr. Evanson, you may proceed. Sorry to interrupt you.
Hi, Don Evanson, 1407 Harmon Cove Towers, Secaucus, New Jersey. A couple of small things. For the last 8 years, we've been doing Shark Tank with the elementary school at Huber. This year, because of the COVID, doing the in-person meetings didn't quite work. So we've come up with a different concept. There are 5 advertising agencies. I am the marketing director for a newly launched electric vehicle in the high end of the pricing scale. Our batteries are terrific. The students will be charged to create a radio commercial, a magazine ad, and a television commercial over the next several months. Then my board of directors from our company, which is Excel Edge, will meet with the students and evaluate their presentation. So this is what happens in the real world. Agencies are given an RFP, request for proposal. They create material and a positioning statement as how they would sell this particular vehicle. I'm hoping to get the local dealers from the Audi here in Secaucus and Park Avenue BMW up on Route 17 to come in and talk about their electric cars. We've also provided the students with a lot of information about electric vehicle sales and the positioning of our Edge, the Excel Edge, in this segment. So hopefully that will move along very nicely. And thank you, Mr. Valenti, for allowing us the time to do that with Mr. Bonin. On the second subject, Mr. Vigiani, I'm looking for the advanced English teacher, because each year we give a $500 scholarship for the student that writes the best essay to the question, 10 minutes that changed my life. And if you could forward that, then I can get to the teacher and get the students involved. And then finally, Andela, the middle school, we have an opportunity for the two students in your group. We have a writing essay project called The Slab. They will be given the first page of the project, the story, and they're requested to fill the second page of the story. So it's open-ended. We did this with the town and the library. There's some very creative people out there. $100 goes to the first prize and $50 to the second prize and back. So if I can send you that, that would be terrific. Other than that, congratulations, and Mr. McStowe. I am pleased and surprised to see you back. I thought you had retired.
Can't get rid of Jack.
So thank you very much, and welcome to the two, Enrico and Mr. Lewis, as two new board members. You're right, the voting turnout was very positive, at almost over 4,500 votes. Great.
Thank you, Don.
Thank
You're
you.
right, Don. I'm like a bad penny. I keep showing up.
Or a good quarter.
Anyone else, Jerry? You're muted, Jack.
Yes, of course I'm muted. I'm trying not to disrupt things. There's no one raising their hand.
Okay. Board comments? Anyone have anything?
Nope.
Okay, I do. Of course I do. I always do. I am glad to see Ruby on the meeting tonight. Ruby, as I was talking to our colleagues before, and it hit me that New Jersey School Boards has this month wrong. I think it's still based on the April elections. And unfortunately, they haven't adjusted to the November elections. And members like you who have served up to the last 12 months do not get to be appreciated. So while we have you here, I am going to tell you that you have been appreciated. So thank you for the service that you gave us.
Oh, thank you, Jack. That was very nice. Miss you guys.
We miss you too, Ruby. Anyone else?
Yeah, I just have something real quick. I just want to thank all the people that voted for me, and I'm honored to be back and with the board again. It was an interesting 3 years off the board, but now I get to see all you guys and work with you on a almost daily basis with with everything that we're going to do for or positive that we're going to do for the school board.
Anyone else?
Yeah, I just want to say thank you to everybody for all the help and get me up to speed on everything. And I got some big shoes to fill. And just thank you for everything that you've done in the past as well. Thank you.
Okay, I just want to wish everybody into the 2021. We just hope it's a better year than 2020 was.
Yeah.
And let's hope we can get our children, students back into school as soon as possible.
Yes.
With that, motion,
Motion.
Motion. Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, everyone have a nice night.
Good night.
everybody.
Guys, good
Good
night.
night.
Good night, everybody.